so we cannot find Maya. I think we're about to... Oh, we were gonna do the psych locks with Bikini. So, let's figure out what that's all about. Alright, let's show, hopefully this is the right, save file. Isn't this thingy? Alright, supposedly we have what we need. Elise Donum. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Donum had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity. Lacey, you need to be quiet, okay? What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was an author, just an author of picture books. To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. But now I do. This piece of evidence proves Miss Donum's true identity. This? I don't know. Let's save it. No. Well, Sister Bikini, what do you have to say to that? Of course, I don't know why it didn't hit me before. Your heart, it's impure. It's riddled with wickedness and fallacies. Huh? That's why you people keep coming up with these funny ideas. I recommend Mystic Maya's book, The Magic Bottle for a Man in Your Condition. What? My condition? The magic bottle? I hope it doesn't have a child-proof cap on it. She was a wonderful author and illustrator. That's all, I swear. To be honest, I myself... Okay. Oh, this does, right? Yeah. Miss Donum had this charm with her at all times. Karg! Where did you... This isn't some cheap gold luck charm either. Then what do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean? It's a talisman, is it? Interesting. Oops! This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Donum really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss Donum's true identity. Okay, now we show this thing. Take that! The painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. But the scroll shows the master of the Kurain channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of the honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. Oh! This crest is reserved for the master of Kurain. Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea what you're talking about. The new master, Maya Fey, told me. What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Fey's daughter? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. In fact, since her first daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor. Mystic Misty! Oh, is it all? Yes! I only had to show two things. Unlock successful. Elise Donum. Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with the mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her in 17 years. That's when she disappeared. What is the significance of this talisman, sister? The Kurain talisman? It's a symbol of the master of Kurain. The bearer must carry it with them always until their death. Until their death? So Elise Stoneham was really Maya's mother, huh? She was Misty Faye, the master of the Kurain channeling technique. Truth comes out at last. It looks like we're making some headway here. You gotta go? Alright, well, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good evening. Tell me, sister. After 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Because something happened that called her out of hiding. What happened? Well? Uh-oh. What's happening? It can't be. Earthquake! Ah! Oh my goodness. The inner temple! This kind of tremor might... The inner temple? The sacred cavern in the training hall! It might very well cave in! What? Maya! It seems to have passed. Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go. What? Where? To the inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, alright? Of course. You run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready. Come on then, Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. Uh-oh. I wonder if he's alright. You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on, let's go. No, let's poke around a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Move. Oh, we've got to hurry to the inner temple and... Right! What are you doing here? Grr! How could I have... How did you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Is it safe for Shot to come out and play? Yes, I think so. Yow! Hey, why am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No! The defendant, Iris. She's gone. Gone where? She fled. She escaped. What?! So, it was just now, during the... It's easy to see Edward's one and only weakness, his fear of earthquakes. I should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes and... I stupidly passed out. The incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? That's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. I can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she only could have escaped to this side. We haven't seen her. Then we need to get a manhunt underway now and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom. Wait, Edgeworth. Have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the earthquake. Then you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth, I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary. Right. Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall's sacred cavern now. Alright, let's go. Poor Dracula. Scared of earthquakes. February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall. Fortunately, the sacred cavern didn't cave in, but what we found was something none of us would have ever expected. How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris! Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? Nobody knows. Alright, save. It's getting intense! February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall. Right. Is this what Godo was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me. What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes. If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you're one to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous, I'm probably There's no telling what sort of mistakes you can make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris? No, not at all. Why did you make a run for it, Iris? I'm sorry. I heard the Inner Temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried. I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the secret cavern was alright, but what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and... Who in the world would have done something like this? Trick lock. These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Kurain tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks? I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks or the first one. Yes, that's correct. What? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it will take time, won't it? Yes, about a day if I had to guess. A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. We've got to wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have to call on your inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the Inner Temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple, too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple, it's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. She's guilty! Wow, only 3? I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. Can I do it now? Or... I don't think we can, but let's go ahead and try. Let's save it real quick. Super guilty! Hey, Regentine, how are you doing? She's ultra mega guilty! Where is it? Right here? Take that! I don't think we've got everything, but let's see. The Psycho Locks. I'm doing pretty good, thanks. I can caption this. Alright. Hello, Avoiding Nightmares. How are you doing? The night of the crime. I think it's time you told the truth about what you're doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim to be the truth? Do you still claim that to be the truth? When your guy finds out that you've been having sex with another man? Okay. I think she'd had the crying face at that point. Or did she? I don't remember. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. It's Bikini. Take that! Take that! I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini? Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. Thanks for the follow, Avoiding Nightmares. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your time here. Let's see, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start at 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So I would have left it about 9:40 p.m. I think. Amiga bliss! I'm sorry, Iris, but lying doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this! She gave us this. Take that! Yeah! You testified, you yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said that you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Oh! Plus, only moments. What, baby?
I just wanna watch you.
Huh?
I just wanna watch you.
Okay, but watch from over there, not right over my shoulder, please. You scared me. Stop lying, please. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall with by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me! Mr. Wright. We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. No, bro-tato. Watch over your mom. Bro-tato. Don't do it! Let's see, and that's what brings us to another puzzling fact. Iris, at 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. Alright, she's gone. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were two of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in two different places at the same time, which means there must have been two of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy! How could that be? There's only one of me! It's impossible! Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. There's obviously not two of them. Gulp! You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me. Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me. Oh no, I didn't mean to click stop! No! Damn it! Now we gotta do this all over again. But do I have something that proves it? I don't think I've got anything that proves it for sure. How many times has this been the case in Phoenix Wright? What, where there's more than one of the same person? I wonder if this is what proves it. I don't know. Mask to Mask. Oh yeah! It happened with Mask to Mask as well, didn't it? The chick in that car accident, yeah, those are sisters. Let's start this again, just so I know that I'm missing something. You ate Mask to Mask? That's hot! No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. This person. Take that! Yes, yes. I'm impressive, I know. Take that! Whoa. What was that noise? Oh, I guess it was her ringing the bells. The lights out. Lights out bell. I really don't think I have the evidence. We're gonna look around. We're gonna try some things. And I'm gonna save it this time in case I accidentally do it again. Which, knowing me, I'll probably do it 5 more times. Show me evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me. What's this? Take that! Does this do it? No. Mr. Wright? When you said there was another me, I was kind of expecting someone who looked like me, you know? I guess so. In that case, are you saying that I look like this person? Well, I can't say that with 100% certainty, but can you show me something you're 100% certain about? Yeah, I've got this feeling that we need one more thing. Sorry, Mr. Wright, I don't mean to be uncooperative, but you're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Yes? I really don't think we have evidence right now. I think we need to talk to Edward, possibly, since he said he was going to look into it. Let's go to I think he said he was going to the garden. February 9th, Inner Temple. Garden! The purple orb! This purple orb is your twin. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. Mutter, mutter. How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ugh! Goodbye. Hey! Don't you dare run away. What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away! I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. Let's see, you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. Alright, this is it! Give us the dirt. The investigation. You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow? Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here before the after the murder. But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect, Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? Oh yeah, let's talk about earthquakes. So I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No, thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edward found himself in the middle of a murder. This is like the third time Maya's been in the hot seat. Yeah, probably more than that. But she's not really a suspect, he's just saying. I don't think she becomes a suspect in this trial. Okay, he found himself in a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense lawyer. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now, and that case was finally resolved 3 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there! But it was such a shock, I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay? There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before. So you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file? Yes. I checked over every case file I've ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. Okay. Do I need to present items? This is my favorite part. Presenting random crap to everybody. What do you think about this, Edward? Sorry, right? You're a defense attorney and I'm a prosecutor. It wouldn't be right for us to discuss things so intimately. But you were acting for the defense in the trial today. Is he gonna say this about everything? Well, we're gonna triple make sure that this is what he says about everything. Oh, get that piece of filth out of my face! You're still mad, huh, Edgeworth? I know a thing or two about Larry Butts, just like you. We both know he likes to act up, but this... Even he couldn't make something like this up. If this is what he drew, then this is what he saw. As unbelievable as it may seem, I know. That's what I think too. Every single time I see that guy, he's in it, up to his neck. I knew it. Edward's still mad as a hornet at Larry. Get that filth out of my face! Oh, I didn't mean to check. I wanted to show it. I'm not really focusing tonight. What do you think about this weather data? Tell me! Oh, Iris gave that to you, didn't she? Yes, and it really works. It helped my fever go down quicker, I'm sure of it. So you say, but your face is as white as a sheet, and sweat is running down your cheek. Anyway, it seems to me like there's something going on between the two of you. Actually, I don't know exactly why, but there's something about Iris that just tugs at me. I can't figure out whether I feel like I know her or don't know her at all. It's really weird. 30% chance of snow, 69% chance of get out of my face! I like those odds. I think I showed that to him already. Another victim we know nothing about, same as always. I hope you'll tell me if you know something about our mystery woman, Wright. I know that Elise Stoneham was no ordinary visitor to the temple, but her true identity could be a useful weapon for the defense. And I can't give that away just like that. Well, we don't need to do that. Okay, what do you think about my badge? Is that your attorney's badge? Interesting. I never imagined I'd ever see you wearing one of these, right? It's because of you that I became one, Edgeworth. Not that I have any regrets, I really don't. If you're trying to say thanks, you can start by saying it a bit louder. Okay. I don't know Maya Fey very well, but it seems to me that the girl is always landing herself in trouble. Edgy, stop being edgy! It seems to me that you know her better than you think. I do sincerely hope she's going to be alright. One of the biggest names in the world of law, as I'm sure you'll agree. For better or for worse, we were only destined to meet once in the courtroom. I know, I read all about it. It was the first time for both of us, two novices head to head. Everything in this game is edgy! I can still remember how downhearted I felt after that trial ended the way it did. I wonder if Mia felt the same way too. It seems Pearl was trapped on this side of the river on the night of the murder. Did she tell you anything? Listen, Wright, she's just a kid. I can't force things out of her. You'd bust a yeah, you didn't even spell that right. Kamehameha up in her group. Let's see. You'll have to be the one to find out what she knows. He's something of a legend, I hear. Don't say it like you don't know anything about him. Tell me what you know. It's a bit strange, actually. If he really was anything special, I should have heard about him by now. I'm always well informed about the rookies coming into the prosecutor's office, you know. Then you mean... he isn't anything special? You should already know the answer to that. Although, there is one other possibility. What's that? He could have come into the profession from a different channel. What different channel? There's more than one way to become a prosecutor, right? Perhaps he started off as a defense attorney, but decided it wasn't for him. A defense attorney? I didn't even know you could switch sides like that. I was just with Detective Gumshoe. I treated him to some pasta. Ooh. You owe him that much. After all, it's your fault his salary is so low. How's it my fault? And look, if you're going to buy the guy lunch, at least get him something decent, okay? Gumshoe practically lives on pasta and noodles already. Well, I did order some extra Parmesan cheese on top. He was crying tears of joy as he dug into it. It was quite moving. All you have to do is give the poor guy a raise. It's crossed my mind once or twice that her testimony might be a bunch of lies. There certainly are a lot of problems with it. Yeah, his name is Dick Gumshoe. Are you like 12 or how old are you? You would kill this man if you had the chance. Which man? Edgeworth? I can think of a number of things I do to Edgeworth, but killing him's not one of them. Anyways, there certainly are a lot of problems with it. The thing is, as far as I can tell, she has no reason to deceive us. Oh, you're 11? Okay. That explains it. I believe she did meet the defendant at the Inner Temple, and witnessed the murder, too. The one in Hazakura Temple courtyard, in any case. My son's 11 as well. Let's see, another victim we know nothing about. Same as always. I hope you'll tell me if you know something about it. Oh, I think we had this conversation already. Apparently, Iris was taken in by the sisters here at the temple when she was a child. However, we still don't know much about her past, so we're looking into it. That reminds me, Edgeworth went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look up some stuff on her. I should ask him what he found. Well, we already did that, and he won't tell us. Let's see. Apparently he had become something of an apprentice to Elise Donum. Yeah, something like that. He did this portrait for me earlier. That's great. Let's just leave it at that about Larry, alright? Looks like someone's still mad at the Butts for his performance in court today. Iris isn't a her. She's a fifth-dimensional being who is able to manipulate her appearance using light. She's smoke and mirrors. It's been more than a year since I last saw Franziska myself, but it seems that she's been dying to see you again. She really said that? I believe she wants to eat you for breakfast, or put it another way, whip you silly. No bills here? Literally and metaphorically. Oh. Go on, let her have her way. It would make for a great anecdote about my trip. Forget it, Edgeworth. Well then, let's talk about you! If you want to know how to run the perfect trial, there's lots to study and learn. Oh, is that what you're studying about right now? I've sat at the prosecutor's bench for trials in 5 different countries now. The first thing you must do is gain complete mastery of the language. It's quite a task. I'd never get anywhere then. It's taken me a lifetime to sort of master one language. Alright, I guess we didn't get anywhere. Showing him random crap. I guess we have to go back to Bikini, I guess? Since we didn't finish our conversation. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. Alright, so we've already talked to one person. Are you allowed to smash? I don't understand. Sure? Suspension Bridge. February 9th, Dusky Bridge. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Inserts finger into hole? I don't know. Okay. You can do whatever you want, as long as you're not doing it to me, I guess. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Alright, let's go here. February 9th, Heavenly Hall. Oh, Mr. Nick! Pearls, what are you doing here? Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry? This is the loser's shack. We're losers together. We're losers get together to lose themselves. What? This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that? Look, Mr. Nick. Mr. Laurice did a picture of me. That's, great. Pearls? We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. Ugh. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this guy. This kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down. Oh, Mystic Maya. Skinny arms, is she gonna fight? What? I'm totally lost what's going on. Alright, the sketch. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. What am I going to do with him? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls? I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all. So I think it's really amazing. See? Someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know. It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it! It's like a dream! A wonderful fantasy! No, it wasn't a dream! She really flew, I'm telling you! Iris really flew that night. And Mr. Laurice! Not you too! Please, don't look at me like that, Pearl! Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase, I beg of you! I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so what... okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw! It was exactly like I drew in the picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take the sketch at face value. Hey, what's with the look of doubt on your face? I think she's supposed to be over a bridge, a burning bridge. The bridge was burning whenever he took the picture, or drew the picture. My voice. Actually, I'm gonna have to stop here soon. I think my son wanted to do the last 30 minutes. But I don't know if he was serious or not. We'll see. Night of the crime. Pearls? Yes, Mr. Nick? You gotta go! Oh no! Well, thank you for stopping by and thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Yay! We'll be here tomorrow. So I guess we'll see you then. Bye-bye! I mean to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? And what exactly were you doing when it all happened? I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick? Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Miss Donham's room reading a book together. But Miss Donham was murdered and you, Pearls, were at the Inner Temple. Gah. Just what exactly happened that night? Pearls? I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick. Ugh. Oh my god. I've been a bad girl. I know I'll be punished. What are you talking about, Pearls? My spiritual power. It has disappeared. What? Her powers have disappeared? She stole the cookies from the cookie jar. 5 of them! Pearls! What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls? It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint. Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Oh, that's the 5 locks, the 5 cookies. Tried but failed, perhaps? Ugh! Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought, I'm going to have to break her psych lock to get the truth out of her. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like Maya? She channels spirits all the time. The main gate. February 9th, Hazakura Temple main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini has gone back to the main hall already. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe with Sister Bikini is tight. What? Okay. Nobody tell double escapement. February 9th, Hazakura Temple main hall. Well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern? It looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. But who? Who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Kurain tradition. We have Iris at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini. Oh yes, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we? Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Kurain disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple. It was about a week ago when Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the Master, she said... Someone is trying to destroy the Kurain tradition's main family line. I'm here to put a stop to them. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line? There's only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new Master of Kurain and her daughter's main family. All other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families have always and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? Well, let me go, ask my son if he's gonna stream. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. He said he doesn't want to, so I guess we'll keep going. Korean channeling technique. You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know, its power is real. Yes, I do. It's been 3 years since I first met Maya. This trial is going through everyone's history. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mask to Mask case. And during Maggie Bird's trial, too. And even before that. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most. The Korean technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you'd be really rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Oh, you're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see. All because of one little mistake. A mistake? What mistake? It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident. That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is? I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file. The DL6 incident, huh? The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 3 years ago. Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case. A murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Korean tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Korean Village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Korean tradition is starting to recover at last. But with a new master wielding the power of the clan. Did she mean Maya? Family feud. The spiritual power of the Korean channeling technique is in the blood. Maya's told me the exact same thing before. We, the women of the Faye family, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master. And the ones who don't become branch families, right? That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy. You know, Maya had a sister too, an older sister named Mia. Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Of course. She became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother. And lost her life as a result. Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition. Really? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt. That's right, Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the Master's seat from her. Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Morgan? There's a name I know well. It was a year ago now at Maya's home, Kurain Village. We already know all this stuff. What she did was terrible. It was all so she could make her own daughter the next master. I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris... Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this? That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Morgan and Iris. Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Oops! I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. I have. I know her very well. Oh? Yes, Pearls. Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child. You jest! That child, she's Mystic Morgan's... I had no idea. Mystic Morgan? But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes, ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. What? 3? Yes, Iris. Her twin sister and Mystic Pearl. What? Twin sister? Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Kurain's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her in the village, taking her twin daughters with him. What? How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see. How plot convenient. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister... Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris' sister? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh? Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan. That's why she had pearls? It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confine her. So Iris is a twin sister. The plot thickens! But this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. Whoops. I think we'll get our information from Edgeworth, but I'm not sure. February 9th, Hazakura Temple Courtyard. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? motive, no crime, no motive, no crime. Sing it with me, no motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Crane. Whoop, I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating is all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion! Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae? What? Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? He loves it so much, he'd do it for free, which we'll have to do after this next demotion. I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place at the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean... I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me, I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Then who said it? Mr. Godo. Godo? What did he mean by that? I want to look at something real quick. Okay, yeah, we've got this now. The letter. About that letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt-up old letter. Burnt-up old letter? Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the Inner Temple. The incinerator? I knew it! I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away, which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to take a look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts! I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case. Spirit mediums! Burnt letter added to the court record. It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I'd better give it a good looking over and some serious thought. Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal. Gumshoe. Be careful, blah blah blah. Once night falls, blah blah blah. Should be there. As soon as you near lights out, Belle, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is blah blah blah. She's our ally, blah blah blah. The whole blah blah blah. Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is blah blah blah, burn the blah blah blah. Also, make sure not blah blah blah. Tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Okay. Sounds like a letter from Morgan, I guess. The murder weapon. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the Shichishito that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yes, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now? Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We've got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this secret weapon? Stop talking! What's the secret weapon of yours? You wanna know? You've gotta think scientifically, okay? Alright. The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are scientifically speaking made of metal, right? Any questions so far? No. I know what he's going to say, but I'll let him look smart. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector! Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Sure. Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you. Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. I'm not sure if it's possible to let him look smart. I don't think so either. It's so sensitive you can make it cry. It's so high-tech you could skydive off of it? What? Oh, bother. So now I'm going to tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what we're trying to find out. Right, so first let's turn the detector on. Okay, so that's the sound. Oh. Okay, next, touch the detector and take a real good look around the courtyard with it, pal. Whoops, once you've hit something metallic, click the check will flash, and when that happens, touch the gauge to really give the area a good look. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight, too. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Okay. That's a ladder. This looks like a wallet? Aha! That's where it's been! Is it yours, detective? I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it. But you still dropped it anyway. Yeah, but now I found it again, pal. Your wallet is completely empty. Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore. And how come the metal detector picked it up? Must be because of the bell, I guess. What? Is that metal? That's odd. The sled's made of plastic. It says bikini number 1 on the side? Maybe there's something under it. Hey, what's this? A badge? Aha! I've been hunting high and low for that. It's yours, detective? That thing's priceless to a guy like me, pal. A cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad I put that dime in there now. How did you manage to drop your badge here, of all places? I know. I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around with the sled and... Stop right there. I don't need to hear anymore. Oh my god, this noise. What's this? A pen? Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal. Huh? It's yours? Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces? I thought it said feces for a second. Let me stick my pen in your feces. Let's see. Nor can one be a defense attorney without their badge. Yay, but our badge is cooler! That makes you detective sound really nasty. It's my dream to stick it in your face one day. Now I wish it said feces. Then don't go losing it. It's like a trash can lid, huh? Looks like there's something round buried under the ground here. Don't touch that, pal! Huh? What is it? It's a trap! People set them out to catch us detectives. They're real nasty. A trap for detectives? You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg? Yeah, those! I got my finger caught in one of those. Your finger? There was this one bit of cheese, and it looked so tasty. I reached out, and then BAM! I'm not sure I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. I don't think we put that. Hey, I found a $1 coin. Huh? Money? If you find money, you have to turn it into the police or a detective. If the owner doesn't come forward within 6 months, you get to keep 10%. The other 90% goes to, the police department. Don't get so close to me, detective. Give me some space, will you? Here's the coin. Happy? Definitely. I definitely made the right decision becoming a detective. Yikes! Talk about a serious case of denial. Damn! This is Miss Donham's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood, but the detectors are reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it? It's weird that this thing is causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the... crack. Ack! The top is coming off! Look what you've done! You've damaged a really important piece of evidence! Ah! That's a sword? Inside the staff? Is this... could it be? The murder weapon? That was fun. I never guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed their own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe. Who knows about the hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. It's about the same length as the Shichishito, too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Wait up, detective. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know. You're gonna get the staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please, just wait, just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh, how so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and... well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think Maya's been Please, detective, let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're looking kind of viridian there. Okay, just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. The staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff, you got it? Okay. Now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure, thanks. Alright. I can't help but wonder though, what was Elise Donham doing with a staff like this in the first place? Alright, let's go ask about the sister. To Edgeworth, I guess. So much walking. Alright. Hey Edward, did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I might just know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Fowles, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Fowles conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh, and this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Fowles died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? There's no need. Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What do you mean Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? I only just discovered this, right? But I never knew about the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty. Thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Grr, Mia Fey, Mia Fey! Those butterflies are dead. At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been 6 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, Wright, and for more reasons than one. Do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Kurain channeling technique. Did you say Kurain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder, and she and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth. Go to the police records room, it's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday, and then you'll see that the Kurain channeling technique is real. Alright, so do we have her profile now? Yeah, we do. Maybe we can do this now. Oops, I meant to go to the cavern. At the training hall. Let's go ahead and save. Let's give it a go. We're probably gonna have to end soon. Take that! Alright, we're gonna go through all this again. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Take that! Dong. Two of you. Well, that's crazy. How could it be? Alright, now we know about her sister. Let me go ahead and save it just in case I screw something up. Bong! Dinner bell, or not dinner, lights out bell. Take that! I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps. Ugh! That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne, a woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. But you just said yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo. A training ground for the Kurain channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Ugh! Yay! We did it! The night of the crime. I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew it was my sister. Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month. You like the dramatic wind as she got found out? Just as I suspected. The iris that Sister Bikini saw at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before? Because my sister always does the right thing. Excuse me? Because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again. You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I had to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way. What is she talking about? Betrayed her. You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That was the start of it all. It twisted her entire destiny. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her. How did you betray her, Iris? It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing. What? But I got scared, so I ran away. What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful. But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money. Huh? It was revenge on her father. Revenge? Revenge! What do you mean by revenge? He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell. Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay. We're coming home, yay! Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurain. That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother. But before long, the credibility of the Kurain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Misty Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive, and that he had no reason to stay there. And that's when he came here to Hazakura Temple? Yes, the woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see. Oh. And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered spiritually and emotionally. I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I've asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fae clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me. What is it? During the incident in which your sister Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned a lawyer, she began relations with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him? Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts. I see. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There's still much to investigate. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you. I promise. Thank you. I suppose I'd better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Cyclock. Alright, and that's where we're gonna end for tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming and watching us play. we'll be back tomorrow with more Phoenix Wright and Roblox, I guess, and possibly my son will play something, I'm not sure. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really enjoy you guys coming and watching this play. And we will see you next time. So take care and have a good night. Bye bye.